What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video on the Just Kidding channel. And it is a super nice day out. It's January, it's like 60 degrees, so I got to take advantage of this day. With that being said, today's video is going to be pretty good. As you guys know, my most neglected car out of the cars that I own is my WRX, and we're going to change that today. So if you don't know, top-mounted intercoolers, yeah, they look cool, whatever, because you got the hood scoop, but they're not really good for intake temperatures. So I'm gonna add a little clip in here, and I'll show you how high the intake temperatures get. As you can see, my intake temp is climbing right now, so that's a downfall of a top-mounted intercooler. It's heat soaked by a lot, and when the intercooler is heat soaked, it doesn't give you as much power because boosted engines need dense air. So the less dense the air, the less boost you get, or the less it hits, basically. That's the one downfall of top-mounted intercooler. Literally, it took no time at all for it to reach 100. And I'm pretty sure it can go higher than that. So this front mount intercooler is definitely needed. So with that being said, what you want to do is add a front mount intercooler. So it gets the intercooler off of the motor, and it allows the air to get cooled without being heat soaked. So yes, it does add more tubing, so it does add to the turbo lag aspect of it, but it does give it cooler air. It's more dense, which means you get better boost. So what we're gonna do today is we're gonna add a 1320 Performance front mount intercooler to my WRX. So as you guys know, I have their J-pipe, and they actually contacted me with a good deal. So I guess today's video is sponsored by 1320 Performance. Most important part of this kit is actually the instructions, which is rare that they'll put instructions in certain things, but 1320 Performance put it in. Normally other companies want you to get it installed by a professional, so they don't add the instructions, but this does, which is pretty dope. It's pretty elaborate too. Like, there's a whole bunch of pages, tells you what the end result is supposed to look like and everything. Everything is nicely packaged. Even the instructions came in an envelope that was sealed. Comes with some stickers. Everything is bubble wrapped and sealed pretty nicely. So the only thing I was really bummed about is the fact that the bash bar is not really that protective over the intercooler, and the tow hook, there wasn't really an option for that. But other than that, the kit looks solid. I went with wrinkle black because I don't know if I mentioned this to you guys. I want to keep everything in my engine bay black, so that's why I got the wrinkle black intake, wrinkle black from my intercooler. Just so it's like more stealthy, I guess. I just like the way black looks in the engine bay, so that's the reason why I went with that. Also, you're gonna have to trim the bumper a little bit to fit the hoses and things of that nature. But without further ado, let's get into it, because I don't want to waste this daylight. Alright, so if the video looks different, it's because it is. I gotta film on my phone now because my camera just died. My GoPros are dead. Makes no sense. And my phone's about to die too. So whatever I can film, I'll film. Sorry if this video comes out like trash, but I just removed the reinforcement bumper It was just 4 bolts, 4 12 bolts like this. That's out of the way. I just removed the engine cover. This intercooler is collecting a lot of leaves and stuff. I removed that. I removed one of the shrouds, one of the electric shrouds, so I have more access to down there. And I also moved that air vent thing that comes in this direction. So the motor looks like so far. What's next is I'm gonna remove the top mounted intercooler, also the windshield wiper fluid, remove those two, and then we'll go from there. It has to be removed. It's only 3 bolts. It's 1, 2, 3, and there's another bolt on the other side. I have to loosen the hose clamps, one right here and also one right here that goes to the intake. Then it'll be the charge pipe down there. I'm gonna try to see what I can film because my phone is on 7% right now. This was the bolt that was on this side. It's held in with a bracket. I'm gonna loosen up these 2 hose clamps, this one and the one over there. And then I'm gonna go down to the charge pipe and loosen that up. So in order to get this charge pipe out, you need to get these 2 hoses out because there's a hose back here that you need to remove. Top mounted intercooler is out. I'm just gonna remove that bracket over there because you don't need it. This is what the back of the motor looks like. And then continue from here because we need to get this done. Got the coolant overflow out. It's a little difficult, but you just gotta pry hard and it'll come out. Next, we're gonna try to remove the windshield washer fluid box right here. Looks like it's just 2 10s so far, a couple clips. Some of the things we're gonna remove, like the neck, and this pump is gonna go towards the metal one we have to replace. So let's do that. There are 3 bolts. The last one, a little difficult to see, but it's down back there. I don't know if you can see it. Oh no, it's not focusing on. It's back there. The windshield wiper fluid reservoir. This is the old one. It had the pump on the side like that, and it had like a, not really sure what it was, to be honest with you, right here. Maybe this is like the sensor for the level. Yeah, it definitely was a sensor for the level. It had that. Just have to put it in the holes. So this is the pump, sensor for the level, and then it'll be bolted in the car here, like that. I'm assuming since there's a gap there, they give you a spacer, so it's bolted up nicely, but it doesn't look half bad. So, got the charge pipe out. This is the diverter valve, so I'm guessing like recirculating blow valve. It's the inlet down there, so I'm just gonna replace it with the 1320 Performance stuff and get this all put back together. Factory O-ring right here, so make sure you put that back. This is the coupler that we're going to be using, and I'll put it in the right orientation so you can see it. So in the process of installing the recirculating valve, I broke it. Cheap plastic, man. So I'm gonna just put everything back together, cap off these 2 ends, and wait till I get a blow valve in the mail. I'm I'm gonna have to buy one now. It's my own fault, but it is what it is. In the process, I might as well get an electronic boost controller solenoid because it's in the same area. So yeah, I'm gonna just cap it off. It won't be recirculating. It won't even have a blow-up valve. So yeah, I mean, that's gonna suck, but it is what it is. All right, so I'm doing my best to not break anything else. Putting the front mount in. At first the bolts weren't really lining up that well, but then I realized I have to put the bash bar, I have to put the intercooler on the bash bar to about bolt it up. Then it works out fine, I guess. But I'm just trying to get this together because I'm running out of daylight, and if I don't, then that means I won't be able to drive this car. So if it winds up snowing. Okay, so now that my phone's a little charged, I'm just gonna update you on what's been going on, right? So I got, I get the cold side in. It was pretty difficult to route. And another issue that I found is if you look right there, that's where the oil goes in the motor. So oil changes are gonna be annoying. It's not impossible, but annoying, because if I take this out, then take that out, with a long enough funnel, I'll be able to get the oil in without having to remove this pipe. So, like I said, that's pretty inconvenient, but it's the price of the kid. Also, broke the bypass valve or whatever, so I'm just capping it off right now. I gotta block off right there, gotta put the coupler on. I'm just gonna use this for right now until I get another bypass valve or recirculating valve or whatever. But I'm gonna continue on this install because I'm losing daylight and I want to get this done. Everything is pretty much in. All the piping. Last thing is coolant overflow. Because that area is being occupied right now, there's a hose that go all the way over here. This is gonna mount here. So they didn't really get too specific with this. So I'm assuming you just take the cap off of the OEM one, and the plug that's supposed to go, that holds the cap in, goes into the smaller hole, and the actual hose goes inside. I didn't really get too specific about the coolant overflow, so I'm guessing once you remove the bracket, there's a bolt right there. You just screw it on, I'm guessing. Maybe. Seems to be the right thread. Seems pretty sturdy, so I'm guessing that's where it goes. I really do not like the placement of that. I'm gonna try to see if maybe there's another place I can put it to make it look a little neater, but I really do not like the placement of that. Since I do not have a blow-off valve, you get the turbo stutter, which is insane. Wasn't expecting it. It wasn't, it's completely my fault. But I'm gonna try to see if my assistant can hold it so you guys can hear it. Sounds insane. So now it is time to put everything back on. I'm gonna have to trim the bumper on this side and the other side because of the intercooler piping. So let's start with that, get that done so the car will be finished. Okay, now it's time for the, well, I mean, this whole install has been difficult, but really difficult part is trimming the front bumper. So where it has to be trimmed in this area as well as that area. I'll put the bumper on so I can show you. All right, so in there, the bumper is touching, so we have to trim this portion out. As far as the other side, right, so it's dark. It took a lot longer than anticipated, and also had to trim the bumper out a lot. Still have a lot more trimming to do, but I'm not gonna worry about it for right now because it's getting dark. So this is where this plastic piece goes. I have to cut this plastic piece because it doesn't fit. On the other side, I believe I have to do the same thing because it doesn't fit. There's the top. It tries to go in, but let me see. Try it again. Well, every time I push down one side, another side pops out. But this is the best it's gonna look. Can't run a front plate while this, because if you look inside there, that's where the coupler is. So I'm SOL when it comes to that. I don't even have this portion anymore. I don't know where it is. So that's gonna be it for this install for today. I'm gonna drive the car around, see how it feels. Pretty sure it's not gonna feel any different, but I do wanna check the intake temps and see if they stay low or if there's any boost lag or anything. But I'll get back to you guys with what I find out on a day when it's not dark. Right, so some cons with this 1320 Performance from intercooler are, it seems like that it's made for the 2018 bumper and up. So on the 2017 bumper and down, you have to trim out a lot more than it says in the installation. Another thing is the putting oil in the car when it's time to do an oil change. As you can tell, the cold side of the pipe is over the oil cap, which is extremely inconvenient. Yes, if you take out the oil filter, you should, with a long enough funnel, you'll be able to reach. But like my oil cap is normally very difficult to get to, so I have to like use like a plier. I mean, difficult to open, so I have to use a plier to do it. So now that make it even more difficult for me to do it instead of removing that pipe. Another thing is I've seen the temps still creeping up, but while you're moving, it does stay cooler. So if the car is just sitting idling, obviously the temps are still gonna be high. What else? The placement of that catch can is terrible. So I'm gonna try to see if maybe I can like bend a bracket or something like that, fit it up myself, find a good spot. And also, as far as the windshield wiper fluid, the reservoir itself, I can't retain any windshield washer fluid because I put the grommet in, I put the leveler in, the sensor for the leveler, and it leaks straight out the bottom. So and that's a huge inconvenience because it throws the dash light on, saying that there's no windshield washer fluid. So I'm probably gonna have to figure that out myself. But other than that, the kit is not a bad kit. It could be better, you know? Like I said, the thing that I was bummed about is like I can't use the tow hook portion anymore because right where you would put the tow hook, the coupler is there. But other than that, it's not bad. It does what it needs to do. Another thing that I noticed was in order for the front bumper to fit, you do have to trim the bumper, and also the center vent at the bottom, you would need to remove it, because if you don't, it will be touching the intercooler. So it seems like that might be all of the cons. Yeah, that's about it. I do like the portion where some people have like the couplers seem like they're good quality, as well as the hose clamps, the piping, you know, the wrinkle black on the piping. So that's actually a pretty nice touch. But yeah, majority of the time intercoolers don't come in color, because from the engineering explained video I watched, is in order for the intercoolers to be cooled, they would have to cool down the paint first and then cool down aluminum, which cools down the air. So colored intercoolers are not ideal, I guess you can say that, but I like the black, so I'm gonna go with the black. But that'll be it for this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe for more videos. Also, if you have any questions, comments, leave them in the description. I'll post a link to where I bought the front-mounted intercooler if you guys decide to invest in it as well. And that'll be it. Thank you for watching.